Hi Capricorn, this is your January 2022 tarot reading. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's tap into what your spirit team, angels, ancestors, guides want you to know for this month. So let's see, Capricorn in 2022. We have Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands. So your garden is going to grow where you water it. That's the phrase that I'm hearing right now, is that the areas of your life that you want to flourish, you're going to need to put in the work for. If you're constantly belittling yourself, saying negative words to yourself, what you speak into the world is what is going to grow, right? So if you're speaking very negatively or you're being pessimistic, then those are the things that are going to show up in your life. If you are speaking positively or optimistic, you're going to notice more opportunities come up. This is the Ace of Pentacles. If you've been looking for more money-making opportunities, if you have been trying to adjust your mindset out of lack, this is what I don't have. If you've adjusted out of that into, look at all the beautiful things that I do have, then more opportunities are going to present themselves to you for joy, for money-making opportunities. Income. And the Six of Wands is presenting itself as well. So it feels like there's going to be recognition too, like recognition on your growth as well. Because it feels like maybe you were at it almost feels like the beginning of 2021, you were at a totally different stage in your life than maybe you are now. It might feel like it's taken a really long time to get you to where you are, and you're not quite where you want to be, but it's a start and it's growth, and that's beautiful. Let's see what other messages there are for January. So yeah, recognition for how much you've grown. That could be personal recognition. You're recognizing that and you're proud of yourself, but recognition from others too. Like you are, you're headed in the right direction. I love your growth. It is so beautiful. And look at what opportunities have come into your life now because of all the work that you've done. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, it feels like there's been or will be very soon this massive adjustment for you. You have the Death card, which is the number 13. This is a transition, a rebirth. You're rebirthing. You've been rebirthed, or you're going to be. It feels like maybe either into a new mindset or situation in life has transformed. We have the Seven of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Five of Swords. These are all kind of feeling like there's been loss. You've had a lot of loss. You probably have felt a lot of grief, maybe throughout your whole life, but especially this past year, it almost feels like maybe there was a loss of a job, loss of a loved one. There's the Death card and the Five of Cups. You're still mourning. You're still in mourning. The Seven of Swords, it feels like something was taken away from you. So maybe it was the job that was taken away from you. That person, that loved one. And the Five of Swords, there might have been conflict because of this. Maybe you no longer have special connections with somebody because they're no longer in your life because of this situation. Maybe there was an argument that happened because of it, or maybe that's led to kind of a shift in your mentality and mindset, always kind of looking for when the next bad thing is going to happen. It's almost like you can't fully enjoy being in the moment because you're worried about when it's going to fall through or when your happiness is going to end. And that's kind of how human nature has shifted in itself, but it feels like that's kind of how you've been feeling. So we're working on shifting out of that in the month of January. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, it feels like some of you are going to be starting a new career, especially with the Ace of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. This could be a new job opportunity, new career path. You're starting to get the ball rolling, planting the seed so that you can be where you want to be. You might be working towards, you know, maybe if you own a business, maybe you're working towards gaining clients or customers. There's a Six of Pentacles, which is about balance. So things in your life are going to feel a little bit more balanced. Be sure that you are entering into relationships, friendships, you know, whether that be at home or at work, a friendship, whatever it might be. The connections and the relationships that you have, make sure that they are well balanced as well. That you're not giving more than you're receiving, and you're not taking more than you're giving too. So in the month of January, we're going to find that balance. In what areas can I maybe give a little bit more of myself? How could my relationship improve if I were to give a little bit more in this area? Or have I been holding myself back from creating important connections with people because of the loss that I felt? Or maybe there might have been a rejection in some way too. You might have been rejected recently. With this Venus retrograde, how it's set up, I believe it lasts until like January, oh, is it the 21st? I can't quite remember, but somewhere in January that the Venus retrograde ends. And part of Venus retrograde is revisiting where you might have been denied before in terms of money. So if you've applied for a loan or a job, or you've decided not to make a certain investment in the past, maybe you're rejected at some point, it might be a good idea to revisit that. There's a better energy for it in the month of January. So maybe you're applying for a home. Maybe you're starting that home buying process. That's part of the Ace of Pentacles. So maybe that's it. Finding your perfect home, the home that you feel a soul connection with. Because it really feels like there's a strong importance here in the month of January for you, specifically with relationships. And that could be friendship, family, whatever it might be. But definitely an emphasis on relationships, paying attention to those, investing in them, being more giving, more loving, having a more optimistic attitude. Feels like that's coming in for you in the month of January. So let's see what the what the challenge is going to be for you in the month of January. We have Temperance falling right out, which is about balance, about emotional balance too. You know, managing the situations that normally might trigger you, where you might feel triggered. You're learning how to balance those emotions so that you're not responding as harshly to those. There's going to be, oh wow, we have a ton of cards that have fallen out. That's okay, because I feel like there's an important message in a lot of these. Okay, yeah. Temperance number 14 and Justice number 11 were side by side when I laid them out. I didn't do them in any specific order intentionally. But again, these are both about balance, karmic balance too, right? Again, what I was saying is with the whole what you speak is kind of what you're going to get too. So making sure that we're speaking those positive things, verbalizing our wishes too. So putting our wishes out there to the universe. Thank you, and saying thank you and showing gratitude, you know, appreciating all the little things in our life so that it makes room for the big things to come in too. So there's an element of karmic balance and karmic justice as well. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Page 9. We have all of these pentacles here. It feels like you are gaining more stability. You might be working on something. You might have a hobby or a thing that you really like to do. This could also be with work. You are mastering your craft. So maybe you're taking classes, maybe you're going back to school, maybe you're doing a training, maybe you're researching something very specific to help build up your knowledge base. So there's a gain of knowledge base that feels like it's going to be linked to income for some of you anyway. But it's going to feel more stable. It's going to feel more like you know that this is a journey that you're going on, that it's not really going to happen right overnight, but you're working towards it. And this Nine of Pentacles, this woman is kind of sitting there with the squirrel in her hand, kind of looking almost bored or impatient, but it feels like you have a lot of wishes coming up for you. You have the Nine of Cups, and it's right next to the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, the King of Swords. These are all linking up for me. There's a lot of clarity coming in. You're getting clear on what you want to manifest, what you want to come into your life. There is some wish that's coming true in the month of January for you. Getting clear on clear thinking, and I'm also getting the clairs as well. You might be opening up more spiritually. You might be opening up to receiving messages a little bit more. The clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clear seeing, clear hearing. So opening up yourself, diving into maybe exploring some of the clairs. That might be part of the Eight of Pentacles. You might be exploring your spirituality, opening up some gifts. Okay, so that's a consistent thing. Balancing your emotions, making sure your energy is balanced, making sure you're thinking about karmic repercussions of what we are saying and what we're doing. Developing maybe some of our spiritual gifts, and also feeling more stability, a little bit more nurturing too. The Queen of Pentacles feels a little bit more nurturing. We're going to be nurturing ourselves, nurturing others. Feels more like a caring person. This is somebody that works very hard, but they also leave a lot of room in their heart to give to others. So we're going to be embodying more of that energy. Capricorn as an earth energy, that Queen of Pentacles does make a lot of sense for you. And that's great. That's going to be a way that you're going to feel a lot more grounded. And that's important in this month of January. So we also have we have a 3, 4, and 5. So this number sequence is kind of important for you in what you're going to be experiencing in January. There's the not being afraid to take baby steps forward. You know, this is where you started. It feels like you have such a long way to go to get to where you want to be. And maybe you're here, but that's progress. And we're going to keep taking these baby steps forward to get to where we want to go. Because Capricorns, you're not afraid of hard work. And you're not afraid of planning things out. And it's okay to start planning things out, but be sure to get your rest. Because we don't want to overwork ourselves, right? Get plenty of rest in between. We're not in a race. You know, time is an illusion, and the only clock is the one that you have in your head, right? The 5 of Swords. So clearing out mental clutter is what I'm hearing from this. You're allowing yourself to clear out the mental clutter. Maybe some of it's through meditation. Maybe you're getting a lot of clarity on the steps that you need to take to move yourself forward. Clearing out some mental clutter. It might be hard to do. You might have to work at it, right? Maybe you start out with a 5-minute meditation and you slowly build up from there more and more. Maybe you start out with a guided meditation and slowly learn how to do meditations on your own without any guidance. It's not always you sit down and your body automatically relaxes. I know this from experience. Sometimes it takes a lot of work and you have to be very consistent and empathetic, gentle with yourself. Gentleness is huge. I see a gentleness with the Queen of Pentacles too. Saying, you know, my monkey mind is starting to go. My thoughts are being all over the place. I'm going to gently and lovingly remind myself, okay, I'm meditating in this moment, so I'm going to focus on my breathing now. Bring it back to my breathing. I see that happening for you. We also have the Strength card. You are so strong, Capricorn, and I feel like some of you are really tired of hearing that. You're like, I just don't want to be strong anymore. But you can't help it. You just are. You're strong. Through all of the things that you've been through, your strength is truly going to shine in the month of January. People are going to be like, what? What happened? Where's this change in perspective? You know, you're going to regress sometimes. You're going to have those moments where your patience is being tested. You're going to be a little bit temperamental. But overall, there's a big shift that's coming through for you. So yeah, it might be challenging to get yourself to a place where you are mentally, emotionally prepared to allow yourself to relax and gather information. Sometimes it's scary to open ourselves up to spirit because we don't know what to expect. Sometimes we're told that it's going to be a scary experience, and it's really not. It's not. They're not here to harm us or hurt us in any way. So what things are going to be coming up consistently through the month of January? Okay, I'll take that one too. We have the Knight of Pentacles again. It's like this slow, steady, hard work that you're doing because you know that you are on the right path. We have the Six of Pentacles again, about balance. You're slowly working towards balance. We have the Justice card again, which is about the balance, the karmic repercussions of what we do and what we say. The High Priestess, we're opening up our gifts. Ace of Wands, this is an opportunity coming in to create something. Maybe you're creating a relationship with spirit. Maybe you are feeling really inspired, this opportunity of passion and forward movement. We have the Sun. There's a lot of happiness coming in. A lot of happiness coming in for you in January. You're going to feel a lot of joy, and you're going to want to share that joy with others. This thing made me happy. I'm just sending it to you because I thought it might make you smile. You know, even sending a message like that. However, that's not to say that there aren't going to be some things that pop up for you every now and then. We will be remembering and maybe having to work through some of our shadows. There's Three of Swords. So our shadow side might be coming into play here. I don't always get that with the Three of Swords, but I am now. Forgiving ourselves for feeling a certain way, or forgiving ourselves for remaining stuck in a certain mindset or situation for so long. Seven of Wands. There's going to be times where it feels like people are against you in some way. Maybe they don't understand what your process is. They might not understand your spirituality, but you don't allow it to deter you from gaining more knowledge, opening up your gifts, whatever it might be that you're doing. You might be remembering the times when people weren't supportive of you, where you desired more love and support and you didn't get that. So there might be some memories of that coming up for you that you're supposed to be working through and dealing with. It's a good thing that these are coming up for you so that you can process everything that you're feeling. So any last messages for Capricorn for January 2022? There we go. Again, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Nine of Swords. Okay. For some of you, there might be a marriage proposal in January. That's going to be very few people, but the message might resonate. Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands, proposal and you know, an upcoming celebration. I'm celebrating my engagement. That's a potential for some of you. Some of you might be purchasing a house or starting the house buying process. Maybe there's a housewarming party. It feels like there's some type of celebration. Maybe there was a birth of a child in your life, and that's important, and you're going to be celebrating in that way. But it feels like there's some type of celebration that's going to be happening in January for you. Maybe the Ace of Pentacles is the start of the new year, and you're celebrating with friends, family, this new beautiful year that's entering our life. Now we also have the Nine of Swords, and it feels like there are going to be days when you're giving yourself a headache by the amount of overthinking that you do. So you're going to be clearing out the clutter of your mind. A lot of what you are feeling is starting out, it starts to get amped up by all these thoughts that you have, right? You remember the bad times, and then you fixate on them, and then you wonder when the next bad thing is going to happen. So we're shifting out of that. We're remembering how much joy we have in our life, all of the blessings, so that we are making room for all the beautiful things that is in store for us this year ahead and in January. So I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for joining me, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye.